Ryback Show starts now. Welcome to the Ryback Show Live. I am the big guy, Ryback. Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone is doing well. We're streaming live over on Instagram and TikTok. The big guy, Ryback 22 over on those platforms. Swing on over here where we are also streaming Ryback TV on YouTube, Ryback Rules on Twitch, and Ryback at Twitter. But subscribe over on Ryback TV, guys. You are the co-host of this show. Your questions are answered by the big guy, not your answers, your questions. Health, fitness, supplementation, mindset, pro wrestling, and anything and everything in between. The ebb and flow of the show goes where your questions go, ladies and gentlemen. As well, this podcast is available on all podcast platforms. iTunes reviews. If you've got a moment to swing over to iTunes and leave a friendly review for yours truly, I say thank you in advance. This podcast, this show is brought to you by Feed Me More Nutrition, my premium supplement line sweetened with stevia and monk fruit. No harmful artificial sweeteners or colors. Vegan friendly for he, she, and thee on feedmemore.com. You can save 20% just from listening, watching this show. It's discount code RYBACKSHOW20. That's RYBACKSHOW20 over on feedmemore.com at the end of the checkout, guys. We got all the Ryback merch, all the new merch, all kinds of different things on there, drinkware, accessories, sticker packs, and all the best supplements on the planet. What is going on? Work this morning, all ready, freaking jacked and ready to go. We've got a big conditioning and cardio and sauna day today, and a lot of shoulder work as always, and more Feed Me More nutrition work before and after. It's always a good time. Morning tonight, up at 5 a.m. today. I was to bed right at 9, up right at 5, and feeling amazing, energized and ready to go. Let's see here with Noodles. Hey, Ryback, did you hear about the new TV show with Noodles? Everybody loves ramen. Ramen noodles, I tell you, I don't eat them a lot. I do love them. And there's actually better ones than like the regular ramen packs. There's vegan option ones. And I've done those on a high carb day before. I went and got a few packs of them and cooked them all up and like with a plant-based chicken or meat. And I tell you, they're nice to have on a carb day. But I had ramens in my emergency cupboard. I had whatever, like for food, like for canned goods. Stuff goes bad though eventually if you don't eat it. And I had a lot of stuff. I remember I bought a bunch of stuff many years ago, and I never touched it. And I was like, "Oh, this stuff will last forever." Some of it, nothing lasts forever. With it, the ramen noodles were. I remember they were so far past expiration. I had tons of them. I go, I'm just going to try one just to see. And I was like, even in a dire emergency, I just go, these got to go. So the expiration dates, everything when it comes to food like that is always, I feel like it's always good for a good period of time after. But when you're talking like years after, it is, you're running, playing roulette, Russian roulette with that. I had a bunch of them actually of jalapeno refried beans. And they were like 2 years past expiration. And I go, you know what? That's not the thing you take a chance on. Maybe something else. The ramen, okay, we'll take a chance. But jalapeno refried beans, you're already going into that at a disadvantage. You want to go 2 years past the expiration date. No, not happening. All right, let's see. Let's get to some of the questions here. Thank you. Vince McMahon has fired me from WWE in the chat. Greatly appreciated. Shell shock right off the bat. Yeah, as a college student, you love ramen noodles. I don't blame you, man. I get it. When you have eating, it's crazy how the food, the scale of from cheap to expensive and like what you get. It's one of the more disturbing things. Wake up, it's feeding time. Just reading some of the comments here. Good to see all of you guys. Appreciate all the love and support over here on Ryback TV this morning. Yeah, my WWE actually delayed my deposition because they were not ready. Go figure. It is now delayed. My deposition is now mid-August, and which gives them even less time with everything. So it's not going to add to anything, but they had to delay because they've got quite a bit going on right now, and they are not ready for the big guy. And I just smiled. It's been, this is what they've done all along. So it's and I got news for you. There's nothing they could do to prepare for the truth. It's the greatest equalizer of all when you just tell the truth. Like, hey, I'm just going to come in and just tell the truth. You could try to make up any scenario you want. I'm just going to tell the truth. And it gives me, it's such a easy, it's been so easy on that end. Like I don't have to think. I just tell the truth. You guys make yourselves look bad in all of it. Super chats are brought up on the screen. Super chats are the big guys. Coffee money. This is my decaf Starbucks. I have not gotten my afternoon Starbucks yet, but your super chats are contributed to the coffee fund and in the Ryback massage shoulder massage fund that I go to every week. I appreciate you contributing, though, for the coffee somewhat. Thank you, Ragav Chalwa. Man, some of these names. Ragav Chalwa. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Bill Wild, a regular here off the Ryback Show, says, happy for the big guy's future. You deserve it, dude. Thank you, Bill. Go one day at a time. And as they say, the truth shall set you free. And it's a beautiful thing. You got it. I always appreciate all the love and support with everything. And there's going to always be those people out there that hate. And it's in whether they're jealous, insecure, or just misinformed, or they're just, for whatever reason, they just hate. It's human nature with that. Just block them out and keep moving forward. I know the fight that I was in. I know what I'm fighting for. I know the truth of everything. And those that don't never will. And even if they did, they'll just find another reason to hate after it. And they'll go, well, you shouldn't have done this, or, well, you still were wrong on this, or you still, and you just, I don't care what you think. We're just going to keep moving forward. Tyler Sugaru just had a caramel macchiato. Is it macchiato? I don't order this stuff, so I've heard of it. Caramel macchiato, so good. I've never, outside of, I shouldn't say never, I haven't gotten like an elaborate Starbucks drink outside of the most elaborate thing I've ever gotten at Starbucks, and it's been years, is the vanilla, is it the vanilla frappuccino? But I will say that is what inspired my vanilla mocha ISO hungry protein powder that's coming out very shortly. They're just waiting on the labels, and then they're going to have that produced and sent over to fulfillment. So getting that vanilla mocha out for you guys. But I don't order anything. I've never gotten like any of the caramel drizzle, orange mocha frappuccino latte with with spice and whipped cream and a dash of sprinkles and an extra banana and low fat cream and 2 packs of Splenda. Like, I'm not that guy. Not that guy, pal. Not that guy. Black coffee, 2 ice cubes. See you next time. Old Faithful. I'm consistent. People love that. The Starbucks workers, they look forward to when the big guy Ryback comes, because they know they're going to see a big guy with a smile on his face with his dogs in the car more often than not. And it's a very simple order on top of all those complicated order, the difficult people that are mean to them. They know they're going to get the big guy Ryback. He's going to be nice. He's always going to say please. He's always going to say thank you. He's going to have the Starbucks app ready to go right at the window. You're not going to have any delays. You're not going to have any excuses. He's going to ask you how you're doing. Good to see you again. Going to have the nice, easy transaction. Not a lot of work for anybody, and on his way. And you're going to get that same thing each and every day, no matter what Starbucks location I go to. And that's it. It's that simple. That's life. Yes, I still do keep in touch with some of the WWE superstars. I love black coffee, though. If you can't drink black coffee, though, I get that completely. It's just a matter. Walter, good to see you, buddy. Everyone just has their preferences on everything. Oh man, someone says, yeah, bottled water has an expiration date. Yeah, that plastic, the water will start getting sunken in too, and it will taste. I had water, no joke. I had water in there. I had to throw it all out. The taste was so bad, and I don't know if it was obviously something with the plastic, which I would imagine, just not good, not good. And I go, oh, this can't be good for anything internally. And I dumped it all down the sink, every single one, and then crushed each bottle like a man. The plastic, just squeezed them and then put them in the recycling bin. It took a while. I had quite a few cases of those down there. For fuck's sake, Jake, happy birthday. How many times are you gonna ask? Sorry, TikTok, I said the F word. One F bomb, we're okay. We're allowed one. Jesus, dude. Don't. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. I hope you blow out all the candles on your little cake with your action figures, whatever's on it. I hope you have a great day, Jake. I didn't need to see it 20 times in the chat. I would have got to it eventually. But now you get an aggressive happy birthday. Go for a walk. Bill, super chat. How much does your weight fluctuate with fasting and water weight? Mine's about a 10-pound range, 205 to 215. People don't factor this and worry about weight too much. Yeah, water weight is obviously, so I fluctuate. I would say I'm very, very similar. Sometimes it's not as extreme. Sometimes it's only about a 5-pound difference. And but again, that depends on the longer fast I've done. The 72-hour ones was probably 10 to 12 pounds, if I remember correctly, and maybe even been a pound or two over. I remember it was pretty intense, the first one that I got to that long. Um, but yeah, water weight on the day-to-day fluctuations, a lot of body weight is water. And it's odd what can cause that. And I've had days where I'm 5 pounds heavier and I'm on a low carb day and I don't like my diet's on point and I'm like, just but there's something with that day, your body is just retaining more water, even though it didn't even look like I thought it looked better, but like water weight is there's it plays a significant role in the day to day things, and losing body fat is a daily consistent thing that takes time, and that's why looking at the mirror and you could really tell, you know, if you got those the Ric Flair, Razor Ramon with his tights a little too tight, that side fat just sticking over the sides, where it's like, and you don't have anything on though, you're naked, and you're like, oh man, that looks like how they look with their trunks on. Then you're like, maybe I gotta lose a little bit of fat, and it's not water. But don't lie to yourselves on that. But you got to know the difference, and I completely agree. But I'm pretty, I'm that's about the range I'm at, also, Bill, with that. We've got a new member, Ragov. Chal was sporting the Feed Me More Nutrition logo. Welcome. We got a new Rybacker in the house. I don't think I've ever had a scorpion pepper cheese pizza. Excuse me. I don't know if I would want one either. And that's after doing all the hottest stuff on the planet. I tell you, I don't miss that stuff too much. It was outside of just using a drop or two of extracts like in your food, where that could actually have some like benefits. Anything over that like is just it wasn't worth it for me. Ruins your day. You guys, the video is the least concerning part of it. It's all the aftermath. If you get the cramps and then you got to go to the bathroom, it's you're out running errands and it hits you. It's not a good thing, guys. You got to swing by the 7-Eleven and just grab some ice and ran out and take care of business, cool off your bunghole. Like it's not that I've ever done that, but like you can imagine if you were, that would be what you would have to do. Shout out the Philippines. I believe I've wrestled in the Philippines. True story on how I got the B vitamins and realized how important the B vitamins were for energy was in the Philippines. Justin Roberts always used to have these packs of these energy things he'd buy from Costco. They were little just packets, and they were caffeine and loaded with B vitamins. And he gave one to me and Cena. And I think me and Cena were wrestling actually, and we both took it. And I remember I was wired out of my mind, and it was my first time taking that amount of B vitamins in one sitting, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I made a note of it, of the B vitamin portion of it, and I took that into my wake up unlimited energy. How crazy is that? Just mentioning the Philippines, and that was where I was working on this stuff before it was ever a thing, and keeping notes on my phone, and it's crazy. But I remember that was in the Philippines. We've got a super chat. Tyler Shugru, Ryback Show regular, our number one contributor here on the super chats. You ever see Man versus Food? I have. I used to watch it quite a bit when I was younger. I don't know whatever. I know he stopped. I'd heard mixed things, like his internally from doing hot stuff, his stomach, or he had to stop. There was something with his health that, and I'm sure had to have played a factor in that. But people don't understand doing videos like that. If you like, that's what I realized on YouTube. Even doing that stuff once a week is too much. Especially the older you get, and you just don't want to be doing that stuff. There's no, outside of the views and the revenue, that it's never sacrifice health for wealth. And every once in a blue moon, maybe, but even then, it's just like, it's just not worth it. It's like you see all the big power lifters and those guys that are doing all these ridiculous things. I'm telling you, they're just gonna wake up, and they're gonna have to stop, and they're gonna have to stop it all, and they're not gonna know what to do, because their identity is gonna be all wrapped up in all of that. It's a scary thing. I see it with a lot of people, man. It's just like, you're free to choose to do what you want to do, but like, you think eating 25,000 calories on a regular basis, or gorging yourself for YouTube videos, or like, it's there's a lot of other things you could do to make content, and maybe the views won't be quite as much, but hey, you'll be able to do this stuff for as long as you want, right? So yeah, me and Dan still follow each other on Instagram. Every once in a blue moon, a text, but not like a lot. But I never talk to him a lot. I think that's one of the biggest things. And like, I think sometimes if you do things with guys, or like you like ride with them for a little bit, or like I talked to Wade Barrett. uh, I talked to Heath on his birthday, just texting and stuff. But like, there's certain guys that text with more than others, and then there's others that just have once in a blue moon and stuff. When you're out of that environment, you don't see each other. Everyone's on their day to day basis and going. It's just you. But the good thing is you get along with everyone, and you never you just pick up right where you left off. I've always had that with people. So, any advice for high school football tryouts? Man, be in condition, be prepared. You've got an opportunity of a lifetime, that I wish, and I always trained and did everything really hard. Um, I think when you're young, you don't. Sometimes it depends on your parenting. I think, if you come from a parents, and that they're in tune with success and opportunity. I wish my parents would have said, like, look, you're really, really gifted and talented. You need to take advantage of every day. No one ever told me anything like that. I just was really good at stuff growing up, but I didn't have anyone. That was all self motivated. And I never had like anyone said, like, look, you have an opportunity. This is what you could get out of this. You could go to this. You can get a scholarship for this. You could go on. You can get a free education. You have an opportunity to make millions of dollars. I didn't like. You don't. That wasn't. We didn't have the internet like on this. It wasn't as is the information wasn't as out there, or things are now. Throw a little shell shock real quick there. Out of Ryback. Phil, you're out of here. But man, prepare, conditioning. Conditioning creates confidence. And what I mean by that, in cardio, burpees, jump rope, football drills, the things that will apply to your sport, man, push yourself every single day, but give yourself time to recover. Man, watch tape, ask the right questions with your coaches, work hard. But if you have better cardio and conditioning than your peers and your opponents, it just sets you up for massive success. My thoughts on Big E. I love Big E. I've always gotten along well with Big E. I always enjoyed wrestling Big E. And I wish nothing but the best. I had messaged him, and we had a little bit of back and forth after he broke his neck or had his neck injury. And I just it sucks. There's a good possibility that he never wrestles again. There's also the possibility that he can wrestle again, depending on what. But it is. I've been through the being away, and I left and had walked away from everything. He was kind of forced out of everything. Those guys, it's not an easy thing being on TV and being in that environment, and then you're not on it. That's a whole other challenge that people, Cody's going through it right now with his injury, where you are figured in and have a presence, and then you're just at home and with your future uncertain. And then also when you're dealing with injuries like that, it's what if I come back and get injured right again? Because you're in a business that doesn't care. It's a very stressful thing on that. And I sympathize with him and understand what he's going through. Hello, hello, hello. Tyler Sugar says, yes, I love food, but could never eat that much. Yeah, man. The amount of food that some of these guys put down is absolutely ridiculous. Appreciate all the love on Instagram and TikTok as always. I've talked about the WWE stuff. Somebody says, why did I quit WWE? I'd walked out and let my contract expire and did not re-sign their new offer, which I still have upstairs in my office. I've talked about that time and time again, guys. It ultimately came down to my injuries. And then there were many other things after that. But the injuries where I had to get out of that environment ASAP. And it was the best decision that I've ever made. And I've said that time and time again. Shell shock. Crystal says, would you ever consider creating a workout app or for Play Store or its users? I think it would be great. Yeah, I'm very in tune with all the business stuff and want to do a lot of things with, it's my main goal is getting this legal stuff with WWE over and out of the way. I don't know if a lot of you understand, how tedious and it's been over 6 years. I'm ready for it to be over. Okay. And I've done a lot in that time. And it's just, there's a lot that goes into when you're doing business and doing things, and every supplement costs a lot of money. We've got 13 different supplements, multiple flavors on certain things. We're now doing merch and like everything. It's just everything. There's a time and a place for everything. But yeah, I definitely agree. I think a workout app and with all that could be very beneficial. I had a company actually contact me a while back for that with a nutrition and workout app, and that may be something to revisit in the future. But I have my workout program, the Feed Me More Maximum Size and Strength program, available on feedmemore.com. If you click on that, the homepage, you can see that. Ariel Hilwani is interviewing Big E today on his channel. Oh, that should be a good listen. I'm curious as to why he's going on there right now, unless it's just kind of unless he has an update on his neck. But last I heard, he had to wait till the 1 year mark, right? Unless they got some great news, or hopefully not bad news on that. when you're dealing with something of like that, though, and that you're dealing with WWE and they might not want to take a chance. It's also the real possibility that not today, I'm saying, but that he retires. Like he may be forced to. And you never it's crazy. You can go from being what on top of the world to like bam, overnight, literally overnight. And but I don't know what I'm curious to see why he would be going on there, unless it's maybe to talk about WWE stuff as well. Which would just be a positive interview, which I've had to do those where you just go and you talk good about the company, excited about the future, excited about new leadership, and that's more for the public image of the company. That could be a very real scenario going on. Yes, I've met The Rock multiple times. Sophie and Little Guy are doing amazing. Thank you very much. Justin says, I think if you did educational TikToks for gym videos, it would be great. I follow guys like Ron Jones and they put out great content, especially with your following. Thank you. Yeah, I don't do a lot of that. I don't really. I go to the gym to go work out, and I've worked so hard, man. I give you guys all the information verbally. I do everything on here. I don't think there's anyone that does what I do all around with any of that and diverse. Not to say that here and there I can't pop a piece up, but some guys just get in the habit. That's all they put out is the same stuff. Like I think that's such a limited view. Like I'm diverse in so many things. I'm just like, and I love laughing, and that's why I really and the humor has helped me heal. That's why I push that. I think having a sense of humor and being able to laugh puts you in a feel good mood, and that allows for more success than anything. It's the main reason why I do it with that. And people, either the people that get it. The ones that don't never will on that. And but yeah, I've never been like big on like the edge. I've never done like this is how you do this, and I just don't. I don't know. Thank you for saying you love the new Feed Me More nutrition website, the feedmemore.com website. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and throw another little shell shock out there. Eddie says, what do you think about Triple H taking over WWE now and hoping you could come back because of Triple H is taken over now? Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe. I don't know what is outside of what they've announced. Stephanie and Nick Khan are supposedly going to be in the lead positions. Um, with Nick on the business side and Stephanie maybe on both because she's been figured into that side too for a long time. And then Hunter, I don't know what was EVP and also doing like the talent relations, and I don't know how involved he's going to be with creative and that job. I'm telling you, they need to hire more people. They don't have these jobs are not like, and the guy has a bad heart. Like it's not, he doesn't need to be, that's two positions with one person and like no life. And even it's just constant stress with that. So I think they're gonna sell the company. I've said this for a long time. I just don't, especially now with Vince, and I'm just gonna take a wait and see approach because I know they're gonna be releasing more information here on that. And I would not be caught dead holding the WWE stock right now because I had its jump and it's come back down just as much, pretty much as it went up that day. And when I think the other news comes out on Vince, I think it's going to take another big hit. Like, because I just think there's the potential for all the negative stuff that I know and what other people know to come out. That now that they're looking into them, it is. It's like that's why I said like everything depends on how deep they go. and what they're gonna find and what they're gonna let out. But the fact that Vincent, he didn't retire, he was forced to resign. They put that in their SEC filing with that, which is what I had suspected all along with it. And I told you guys, it's bad when he doesn't do anything on TV, when he doesn't say thank you on TV. It is bad. And I think the future is not going to be kind to him at all. It's the end. It's the end. And if you want people, like I said, if you want to be grateful for him, but it was at the expense of human beings and a lot of really, really good, hardworking people he took advantage of. And if you want to say, well, that was for my entertainment, cool. But the truth is going to win. And he was not a good human being at the end of the day. The WWE machine is a much different machine than the NXT machine. That was a very, very small machine. Running the WWE machine in multiple shows and a lot more talent, making a lot more money, major difference, my man. Major difference. Major difference. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, somebody wants to see me versus Walter. Cool. Why? Just to acknowledge that, because I've seen you put that in the comments probably 100 times now already. I don't know what your deal is. You really, really want to see that Ryback Walter matchup. I don't have like dream opponents, guys. I don't go to bed and be like, God, oh, God, feed me Omega. God, give me the Young Bucks 2-on-1. God, let them be in the ring, just ripping on the crowd, saying 2 is greater than 1. And God, just feed me more hit and let me be there. I don't do that, guys. I don't do that. God, let Bobby Lashley be in the ring, just posing and flexing like Vince loves. Let him just telling everybody he's the biggest, most jacked guy in the world and the toughest. And please just feed me more hit and let me come down and let us 2 muscle bears just tussle around and give the fans what they want. I don't do that. Is there a story that we could do? Is there business that we could do? Please let Wardlow be in the middle of the ring with his TNT title with this open challenge. He's defeated all the biggest of the biggest, meatiest, most muscled men in the world, the toughest, most just athletic performers. And there's only one man left that can come out and give him the match that the fans dream of, a match that Meltzer would give 2 muscle-bound guys 5 stars. Please let them be able to do my Feed Me More music just like WWE did. Please let my music hit and let me feed on Wardlow. Is that what you want to hear? Weirdo. This is what when you guys talk like that, that's what I think in my mind, that you're like who do you dream? Dream in all capital. Who do you dream about stepping foot in the ring with, big guy? That's how you sound to me. Okay? I'm happy for Cesaro. I've always gotten along well with him. Justin says GTS hits the spot. I had to work, and that's the GTS go to sleep aid by Feed Me More Nutrition. I had to work overnights for a while, and it threw off my sleep schedule. When I started taking GTS, it helped me get back on a regular sleep schedule again. It legit works. Thank you very much, man. If you could leave a review on feedmemore.com too, it's greatly appreciated. And I tell people, like, I use this stuff. I know how well it works. I take it an hour before I'm ready to go to bed, and it allows me to have I think GTS is such a valuable supplement for people to maximize their day, because at night, a lot of people struggle at night with bad eating or making bad decisions and like not going to bed when they should go to bed. I promise you, if you take a full serving of GTS an hour before you're ready to go to sleep, you're going to be tired and you're going to go to bed. You're not going to play around on your phone. You're going to go to bed and you're going to get up earlier. And what are you going to do? You're going to be more productive. You're going to be able to manage the hours in your day better. I think it is perhaps one of the most valuable supplements that we have, if not the most valuable. It is so important for me at the end, like especially when I am wired and not tired. I can't stress enough, but it's comments like that to help people. So you're not just hearing, oh, because I'm the owner of the company. It's no, the stuff really works. Tim, you could say that about Vince, and you could say, brother, you man, it's a horrible take. The people would have existed. There would have been other wrestling promotions. And I'm telling you, he is not the genius so many of you think he is. He doesn't create the majority of these characters. The talent create these characters. He comes up with a lot of really bad ideas. You guys give too much. Pro wrestlers deserve so much more credit with that. I'm telling you, he took advantage, whored people out horribly, treated people badly, did a lot of really bad things behind the scenes. You guys, the talent, man, you got to give credit to the talent. They're the ones that built him up, and he screwed so many people over along the way. Paid a few, but it's not. That's a horrible take, and you're going to see the stuff that comes out. It's a horrible take. You're free to it. I'm going to tell you it's a horrible take because you're living it on my channel. Ryan says, Wooldridge, thank you for the super chat. Ryback, what is the best protein shake to buy? The Feed Me More Nutrition ISO Hungry Plant Powered Protein. We have our caramel cookie in stock right now. Feedmemore.com. Save 20% with discount code Ryback Show 20. Ryback Show 20 would be my recommendation. Super chat, John Philbin. Thank you very much, my man. I love the content, big guy. Keep up the great work, my man. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. I always appreciate the love and support from you guys. We've got somebody that wants me to use my right hand to drink out of my thing. That would cause me to reach over. The drinks are on the left side. I pick up the drinks with my left arm. So you're just going to have to deal with it. Again, guys, my goal is to finish the legal stuff, and then I will go from there. A healthy Lesnar versus a healthy Cain Velasquez. Who wins? Yeah, brother, I would pay to watch that. Both in their primes and healthy. I think Brock had a lot of issues on that one going into that, and you could just tell something was off. And for whatever reason, his legs gave out really badly too, really early, by the way, which is a sign that internally something was not right. I tell you though, Brock, when he is so big and strong on that, in that, and we saw him overcome adversity with other guys. I don't know. I think it would have been a better fight than the first one that we had if he was completely healthy on that. But I'm with you, Cain. I think in his prime, man, I don't know. Like, is it in his prime, at his peak? Is there anyone that could have stopped him? I don't know. Like there's so many different matchups. Are so interesting, in there's always in different time periods with talent, and it's always fun for people to go what if or ask what but we have what we have, and Cain came out on top of that one. But that's part of that. You're going to win and lose in that with guys. And we saw Brock come back and he beat Mark Hunt, who was knocking dudes out left and right, and Brock beat him. Granted, he popped, that plays a huge role with people that do that. And I don't know what he popped for exactly. I can't remember if they said it was clenbuterol, which that was it clenbuterol or something that Clomid, which wouldn't have had a drastic performance aspect, but if he was doing other stuff, and that was, you know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think it would have been a better fight for sure. When you're dealing with heavyweights like that too, man, It's not like the lightweight matchups. Things can go any direction really quickly on that. Do I plan out my feeding time videos? Occasionally, I'll look ahead and see if there's something that I want for the week, but usually it's more of a spur of the moment. Like I know I'm doing the video on a certain day, and I'm like, what am I in the mood for? What do I want to go try today? Do I feel like driving across town? Do I feel like staying on this side of town? What's the time limit? What do I like? Do I have any restrictions on my time for the day with things going on? Right. Sometimes I want to do it for my second meal. Sometimes I want to do it for my third meal. It just depends. And sometimes I go, do I want to eat something a little more larger, or do I want to have kind of a smaller normal meal? So I kind of let that factor into my decision on what I'm going to do. I used to eat Whataburger a lot, my man. I loved Whataburger. I used to go there in Texas. I used to go there 2-3 times a day. No joke. I used to sometimes on the 3-a-days, I would, if I woke up and we had a show in Texas, whether it was TV or a live event, depending on, I would do, usually if it was like a live event day would be the day I think where I would get 3. I would wake up, I would get ready to go to the gym. I would go to a Whataburger and get usually 2 Whataburgers on the wheat buns, usually doubles or something like that with like jalapenos and cheese. This is before I went vegan or plant based. And I would do that for the breakfast. I would go find a gym, go work out, uh, do my workout. I'd get ready, go back to Whataburger, get a couple more burgers for the building for the show, do the show, and then maybe even again after the show on the drive, after driving for a while, if I found another one, do Whataburger again. I was all in on Whataburger. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I wouldn't get like the fries, I would just get the burgers or sometimes the chicken if they had it. I mean, they have chicken, right? I always remember getting the doubles on the wheat buns though a lot. That was like my go-to. We do ship Feed Me More Nutrition to the UK. We have a flat rate worldwide shipping, $34.99. With the exception of Canada's only $19.99 with that. So the bigger your order, the more that shipping, we pay the difference on that for you. Nick says thoughts on Ric Flair's last match promo he's doing. Feel like it's unnecessary and almost ridiculous for him to do. Guy had an illustrious career. Yeah, everyone, nobody knows. Look, I don't know the situation. I said whatever he chooses to do, I'll support, and I hope everything goes amazingly well, and it's a win for everybody involved. Uh, I personally, that's why I've never retired. I don't believe in doing that unless you are firmly done. Unless and there's the rare condition, like unless you had like an injury where you did that and you were able to overcome it years later. But I also think that's a defeated mindset when you accept that. And so that's why I will never ever, because that's accepting defeat. I'm not defeated. I know I'm like, it's a long break. But I'm not big on like the retire, unretire, but it's everyone has their own philosophy and their own methods on why they do things, right? With it. But considering, I'm with you. I understand your concerns. I don't think you're wrong on your concerns. I think a lot of people will agree with you or would agree with you that he doesn't need to be doing, but we don't know. We're not him. Who's to say he doesn't have information we don't know that he has a year left to live? We don't know. I'm just making this up. But like, and he just wants to go have one last piece of thing. You know what I mean? We don't know. I told you guys, and I'm going to use this example, Vince McMahon. I told you, and I said this on when he did his WrestleMania match. That was the last time we were ever going to see him at WrestleMania. I said that I just got that vibe and feeling because it was so out of nowhere. He had the information. He knew the investigation had started already or was preparing to get started. He knew he was going to be done. And I could just tell like something was off with the whole thing. And that was with Austin out there. That was it. That's the last we're ever going to see. I'm telling you, but like, I don't know with Flair, what's his driving motivation, but I think it's doing it. They're doing it really well. The promotion side of everything. And I have no doubt that it's going to be put together well. And all we could hope for is that everything goes well. Fans get what they want, they make all the money and give people a good experience on all that end, and he comes out in good condition, right? But it's I tell you, that's not an easy. He's training. He's training with Rob McIntyre, which was seen as trainer, still is down at Hard Knocks, and he seems to be, doing the things he needs to do to make sure he's as prepared as possible for it. But you know, I wouldn't want to be in that position, having a pacemaker. I wouldn't want to, and I don't. But again, I don't know the reasons, right? And I think that's an important we thing that we all. It's easy to have an opinion on the outside and not knowing, and you know, it's that could be. And I know he was not drinking, and then he's drinking again. My thing is like it could just be he's accepted who he is. He'd rather be happy and maybe not live as long and go out on his terms rather than not be. You drink your whole life, and then they tell you can't drink, and that's all you did before, and it's ingrained inside of who you are. Like that, do that, and you can. Some people can and find other things, but if you don't find things to replace happiness and like it's just who you are, that can be. And I just understand that, and like I think he's just doing what he wants to do. He's being the guy that he's been his whole life in pro wrestling, and that's it. And he's having a good time. So I'm like, I don't view death like as a bad thing on that. Like I don't, and I know it's sad and we miss people. Like I am not like talking on that end, but like I just respect like that's why like with people that when they choose to do things that they want to, okay, it's your life. I don't think it as long as you're doing things that you want, you're not hurting anybody else. I have no issues with anything. Yep, Tim, you're entitled to your opinion on that, but we don't know because we that's a what if. You huge what if. Super chat, Ragav Chalwa again. Thank you, buddy. I got the hungry shirt and finish it from Feed Me More. Absolutely love it. Wondering if I can take the Wake Up Unlimited Energy. I'm 16. I would say, yeah, at least be 16 on that. And I would the Wake Up Unlimited Energy. I would start off with half a serving on that. I don't know. I don't think you need the full serving of the Wake Up Unlimited Energy, which it will last you 2 months if you take it every day. If you do half a scoop on that, I think that is more than fine. Being 16, and I took that stuff in high school, and I don't think I know a lot of kids do. But it's again, you don't need the full scoop of that. I think the Pumplex City is a good choice. Also, it's non-stim on that, and it has all the pump ingredients as well. I think that would be a good choice. But if you want something with the energy, I just think doing the half scoop would be good at your age with that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as you're monitoring, you're not doing excessive caffeine throughout the day. Like, and like when I was a kid, to tell you, like I used to take too much caffeine as a kid because I didn't have anyone that didn't know. I would have like the Red Bulls, and I would buy. They used to sell these Yellow Jacket ephedrine and caffeine pills with aspirin. Like they were like over the just buy them at the gas station. And it was my senior year when I really started taking a lot of caffeine, and then I realized it was that into going into my freshman year in college where I go, I'm taking too much caffeine, and like I don't know what I came across where I was like, and I wish like it was nothing had the caffeine content listed on it. That a lot of stuff still doesn't, by the way, which is crazy to me. Caffeine content should be on everything that contains it. The milligrams should be required to be on it. I think the coffees, I think it should be, I think they should have it on the actual cups for people to know how much, like, I just believe, or a sticker, something that you're consuming this much caffeine right now because it's one of the things that it's really good for you in certain amounts, and it can also, though, if you go way too high, it can have a lot of negative impacts as well. And that's one of the things that bothers me. And I remember when I wrote my book Wake Up, It's Feeding Time, back there where you can see directly behind me, I had to call places to try to get info like how much caffeine is in your. They're like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? Do you have a human resources department? Oh, we don't know. What do you mean you don't know how much caffeine is in the Like, I'm telling you, that was so alarming. And that was in 2016, 17. I think the book, yeah, came out 2017. It was just crazy to me. Or the end of 2016, I can't remember. I just remember thinking, like, this is nuts that places don't, I'd buy the K cups in the stores, they're not listed on it. Call again the brands. Like, can you tell me how much caffeine's in each K cup? Oh, we don't know. Now I think they're starting to they put it's coming out more and more, but it's one of the things that I think it blows my mind that it's just not standard. Thank you, Jex Gaming, for buying the Feed Me More Nutrition. Always greatly appreciated from you guys supporting on that. Thank you. The major difference with the supplements to Feed Me More Nutrition and the other brands is we don't use the artificial sweeteners or colors like aspartame or sucralose and any of the harmful artificial coloring as well with all that. And we use more ingredients and premium ingredients with that work synergistically together that actually work with that. The majority of supplements and formulas are very cheap. Ours are much more 3 to 5 times more expensive to make on that, as well as like we don't skimp on putting those cheap ingredients in the artificial sweeteners and colors. It's night and day. It's just a quality thing. It's just putting the best in your body. And that's why I use this, and this is for me. And so I don't believe in selling and giving people what I want to put in myself, right? So Walter, thank you very much, buddy. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for tuning in as always. I hope everything goes well. I don't know who the best women's wrestler is right now. It would be whoever's the most entertaining and the most in the whole package. I don't know. Becky Lynch is really well rounded, right? And Bianca Belair is pretty well rounded. She's entertaining, has a great look, and I, I I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch, like I said, a ton of that. Take a look here. Hello, hello, hello. I've not met the Ghost Adventures guys. I don't know who those guys are. Justin says, watching things like the Body Slam Challenge on Tough Enough, I'm wondering why some guys sold and others popped back up instantly. Yeah, that's because nobody knew what was happening. We hadn't had any wrestling training, literally hadn't had any wrestling training yet. That was the very beginning. We started training that following week at Tracks in Stamford, Connecticut, with Al and Bill on that, and or we had started that. We if we did start, we hadn't done anything. It was just killing us. We hadn't even taken a body slam yet. I remember none of us had taken a body slam outside of the Miz, because Miz was doing a little bit of wrestling stuff on the independents with that. But nobody knew we were doing a body slam challenge. Nobody told us to sell or not sell. I sold just because I thought that's from watching that's what you would do, where like act like you're hurt with it, and it was probably horrible. But it was just that was, and there were a few guys, but even me, like I remember they were like, "Get out of the way." I'm like, "What the fuck?" He just like, excuse me again, cussing. Like, what do you want me to like? And then other guys just popped up. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. But it was that was it. There was no planning on any of that. They wanted that was all for Vince's entertainment of guys just like. but it was at the expense of your own talent and your most powerful giant. Like, it was crazy. It's crazy. I understand. Like, I feel for Big Show being put in that position so badly. Everyone that did it, I felt bad for them now, and being in there and knowing what I know and being a part of it. It's crazy. But that's why that happened. Nobody knew what was going on. Hello, hello, hello. Looking at some of the questions here. I get my omega-3s from hemp hearts, hemp seeds. Very, very good source of omega-3s. I've seen Skyline chili. I've never had Skyline chili that I can remember. What is a good supplement for a 62-year-old male? Ronnie, I would get the Big Guy Male Performance Formula on feedmemore.com. You will be very happy with that purchase, my man. Good to see all of you. Yes, I always think that there will be a WrestleMania. Even when another company purchases WWE, I believe they will. I'm sure there will be some changes, but I think there's going to be certain things that will remain for a very long time. We'll just have to wait and see. There's going to be a lot more stuff that comes out, like I've said, and we'll see how that, because that can alter the way some things happen here. So. Good to see everyone. We'll do a TikTok. Do we have a TikTok question before we wrap up today's show? Best appetite suppressant. Check out our Shell Shock weight management formula. That and the 2 Sweet blood sugar support you will be very, very happy with. You guys too, if everyone on TikTok, and you guys can go follow my Feed Me More Nutrition account on TikTok. We have the entire feedmemore.com store on the Feed Me More Nutrition account on TikTok. It's on my page at Feed Me More Nutrition over there. If you guys could give that a follow, it is always greatly appreciated also. And it's a direct link to the shop right there on TikTok. We've got all the merch and everything listed on there as well. But with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap up today's show. And we'll have a few more episodes of the Ryback show this week, at least 2 more, maybe 3, if depending on the days for the rest of the week I can get on here with everything. And don't forget to check out my Feed Me More Nutrition supplements for the best supplements on the planet. We got all the merch over there on feedmemore.com. You could save 20% with discount code Ryback Show 20 on all of that. So check that all out, guys. Thank you. As always, let's have a great day. And until next time, my friends, stay hungry. Feed me more.
Hey, Rybackers, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and shell shock those notifications for the best supplements on the planet with Feed Me More Nutrition and all the latest cool new Ryback merch. Visit feedmemore.com.